And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from user Toya. I don't think it's Toya. It looks like Toya when I wrote it. I didn't check who this user was, because this was when I didn't realize if I just click on the user name, the user numbers, letters, whatever, I can actually go to the YouTube channel that they actually have, or the YouTube account anyway. But you asked the question: who win a fight, Deku versus Kid Flash? Now, this probably should have gone the speed round, and I'll say why, and you'll probably can guess why. But I'll say why near the end of the video. But let's actually first ask the question, which Kid Flash? Because there have been several Kid Flashes. They've all been speedsters, they've all been massively fast, and they've all been exceptional characters in their own right. Hell, one of them, Wally, turned into the new Flash after Barry disappeared. So I can't amalgam them all because they are all different characters. But I'll put it this way: I don't think it matters for the fight. Why? Let's move over to Deku real quick. We know Izuku Midoriya. Now, as of right now in the comics, he no longer has One for All. He's lost it. He's got the remaining embers of it, and he can still dish out some punches, but he's lost all the extra quirks that came with it. That being said, Midoriya had One for All, which allowed him super physicality beyond even All Might's physicality, which was strong enough to affect the weather and basically mimic a nuke when he struck. He had access to 6 different quirks, which allowed him to float / fly when combining with the wind gusts he throws when he throws a punch. It gave him the ability to use a black whip. Gave him the ability to sense when danger was coming. Gave him the ability to produce a a smoke screen, if you will, from his body. Gave him the ability to store kinetic energy in his body, and then use it for bursts of immense speed. And then you had the ability with Gear Shift to actually affect speed of himself and others, as well as momentum. And it literally got warped to the point where it was manipulating physics, like it was breaking the laws of physics. Great, wonderful. He's also got a great head on his shoulder, and I'd argue he's probably the better hand-to-hand fighter between the two. He's just had more experience doing that, because that's just how his fighting style has worked, versus the Flashes, which, yeah, they can fight hand-to-hand, but they're predominantly using their speed, and they can strike fast, but not like style. They're power over substance in that sense. But the reason this should have been in the speed round that I think long about is that even the slowest of speedsters are faster than let me just look this up. Who's the slowest speedster in the DCU? Who's the slowest speedster in DC? Well, who's the fastest. Like if let's see, will they give me how fast? Okay, let's just do how fast is Kid Flash. How fast is Kid Flash? How fast is Kid Flash? Flash, there we go. So teenage Wally West became Kid Flash during the new era of New 52. He was able to run at about 186 miles per second. For those of you who are wondering how large the Earth is, what is the circumference of the Earth? What is the circumference of the Earth? Second question to come up on Google. The Earth is 24,901 miles. So you divide that into Wally's speed, and you essentially get someone who in less than a second can circle the Earth, roughly speaking, it's about almost 8 times over in less than a second. And that's what Wally West. Now, Wally West admittedly is the kind of the guy who breaks the rule. But okay, who is this? Okay, what is the speed of the Kid Flash and Teen Titans and Young Justice? 20. So Barry was in a flash time for 20 minutes and 20 seconds in real time during the events the shows have. So even though the other speedsters aren't even anywhere near that fast, like in terms of Kid Flash, the fact of the matter is they're all still insanely fast, either approaching light speeds or way beyond the speed of sound. Like maybe instead of crossing the Earth in a second, it might take them, I don't know, a minute to do it. That's still not something Deku is capable of doing. The level of speed that they have is just completely beyond this type of anime's perspective. You're wanting, weirdly enough, Naruto actually goes into better speed calcs than My Hero. Bleach does also. Dragon Ball, obviously. Dragon Ball is the one that can really hang with the speedsters. Dragon Ball can definitely hang there. I'm not saying they're faster than the Flashes. I'm just saying they can hang there. And they're definitely faster than some of the Kid Flashes, definitely. But and of course, to be fair, we're also talking traveling speed, but striking strength comes to it as well. Reflexes, how you react is actually faster than how fast you can actually move in terms of your body. But that's reflexes. The whole point I'm trying to get at here is this is kind of a mismatch because whatever version of Kid Flash Deku is going up against, you probably blitz him without any real difficulty. There won't be a real clear way for Deku to get a strike in unless he's going all out from the get with Gear Shift and Fajin together. Excuse me. Oh, my acid reflux got bad yesterday, so I'm just I'm feeling a lot better now, but I've still got the residual issues, and I think I got my ulcers acting up too. So I got to be just making sure what I'm eating, trying not to stress myself out or anything like that. I think that was partly a cause of it too. Either way, I digress. So yeah, I think Kid Flash, just in terms of the fact that speed-wise, Deku does not move at light speed. He just does not move that fast. He doesn't even move close to that fast. How fast Deku moves is a little hard to determine, really. We know he's going well beyond supersonic speeds, but supersonic and light speed are two very big. There's a big gap there. He's probably moving faster than lightning, which is, I think, said to be like 1/3 the speed of light, if I'm not mistaken. But at best, he's moving maybe, and I'm being generous here, half of a Wally or a Speedster's speed of light feats. And by the way, that's being generous for Wally, because we know Wally is far faster than that. But we're looking at their careers as Kid Flash. And so Deku would most likely just never be able to get a hit in, or the one hit he gets in would be a lucky hit. And fortunately, because it's Deku, it would hurt. But unless he's cracking him in the jaw and knocking him out, Deku's just going to get one lucky hit, and if he's lucky, and that's about it. Because the thing about Gear Shift, I don't know if it can affect the other quirks Deku has. Particularly Black Whip would be here, because if he uses it on Black Whip, because technically he's touching Black Whip, does that mean he can make Black Whip move that fast? In which case, that would be a little bit trickier for any of the Kid Flashes to handle, because now he's dealing with multiple appendages trying to strike him at once. Still, I don't think it would play that big of a difference in the fight. I think Deku, unfortunately, is just not capable of dealing with someone like Kid Flash. Superboy's different. I did a fight with him with Superboy at one point. And this was before we had all the quirks revealed. Now we do. And I would still go with the idea that he beats Superboy in a fight. It'd be a drawn-out fight. And by the way, I'm talking about the Young Justice version of Superboy. That edition. Not necessarily that show, but because that version of him also exists in the comics. I'm talking about that one. I think Deku could beat that one in a fight. There's a lot of characters in DC I actually think Deku could beat in the fight. But individuals who just move faster than him by a huge gap are just not characters he's equipped to take down. And then, of course, there's no way you could take down an actual Superman or a Wonder Woman or anything like that. Regardless, though, what do you think? Do you think any of the Kid Flashes would lose outright to Deku, or do you think Deku is just not capable of handling the Flashes as a whole? I mean, I think of the actual Flashes, there's no way he touches them, really. But in terms of maybe he gets to the point where he it surprised them with how fast he is moving. But even then, there's just no way he's actually beating a straight out Flash. But a Kid Flash, are there any of them you think you can beat? Let me know in the comments. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.